Ripple's Chief Technology Officer and Chief Executive Officer have both stated that the price of XRP must exceed $10,000. You guys should be crazy. They even clarified this point in a tweet and an audio recording that they posted on Twitter. However, before discussing this topic, it is necessary for us to discuss some very fascinating news that has been released over the past few occasions. We discovered, for instance, that central banks are purchasing gold and holding meetings with Ripple investors. Another thing that we discovered was that digital currencies issued by central banks are already active on the XRP ledger. The Republic of Palau is the most noteworthy example of this. Finally, we found out that Ripple is at work on a version that will be able to defeat the SEC. Banks are collapsing in the United States, while on-demand liquidity is expanding like wildfire in countries other than the United States. It goes without saying that everything is connected to the price of XRP, despite the fact that the market, and by that I mean the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem, has fallen, with Bitcoin plummeting by 2% in only 24 hours, XRP has begun to rise, and the market has gradually begun to recover. It is also essential to take into consideration the fact that the price of XRP has fluctuated a great deal, often reaching into the hundreds of dollars as a result of technical concerns. This XRP audio recording, on the other hand, asserts that the actual price of XRP is somewhere in the thousands of dollars instead. In addition, it is essential that we keep in mind that Arthur Breachu, one of the co-founders of Ripple, stated in a comment that went viral that the value of XRP is intended to total $10,000. To add insult to injury, Ripple has decided to engage in several conversations with over a dozen governments in order to discuss the possibility of producing digital currencies for central banks that are based on the XRP ledger. Ripple's Chief Technology Officer, David Schwartz, has confirmed in many tweets and in person that the price of XRP is $10,000. This is the cherry on top of everything else. In this audio recording, which you will hear for the first time, David Schwartz makes the claim that XRP has the potential to compete with the United States dollar and become the reserve currency of the world. We are going to investigate this statement. However, before we get into that, let's begin with the enormous XRP reward that we have for today. Through our collaboration with metalcrypto.com, we are providing each of you with your very own one-of-a-kind XRP gold metal. That appears to be incredible. You will be entered into a contest to win over 1,000 XRP and a Ripple XRP gold metal should you click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. In addition, you will be entered into the drawing. Use the code FREE10 to receive a free promotional coupon that will allow you to save $10 on any product that you purchase from metalcrypto.com. For instance, if you want to obtain your very own personalized Ripple XRP gold coin, you may do so and receive a discount of $10 by entering the coupon code FREE10 when you make your purchase. When it comes to men, I strongly recommend that you watch this video. It is an excellent lesson, and I have a few of these in my collection. The link to metalcrypto.com will be included in the description, and meanwhile, let's get started with the video. And there is a great deal of material to discuss in this show. As a result of everything that has been happening in the cryptocurrency industry, but most significantly XRP, its price has all of a sudden begun to increase. It reached 0.437 in the previous hour, and it is currently up to over 45 cents. In just 2 hours, that represents a jump of more over 2 cents, which is just insane for a digital currency of that nature. In addition to this, we need to discuss David Schwartz because he provides a comprehensive description of the price projection for $10,000. This is what he has to say about it. At this time, the minimum amount required to make a purchase is 10 drops. In the event if the price of XRP increased by a factor of 10,000, the minimum transaction charge would remain unchanged at 10 cents, despite the fact that the fees also remained unchanged. 1 drop's worth of fees is the least amount that might be charged. He also mentions in this phrase that there are 2 different kinds of protocol updates that might take place in the event that even a millionth of an XRP is considered to be an excessive amount for a transaction fee. After making a payment of 1 drop, you will receive a predetermined number of transaction points, which can be used to pay for other items. It would be great if I could show you the remainder of the tweet, but unfortunately this is the only section that has been made public that speaks about a price of $10,000 per XRP. Of course, that is not all. Listed below is what David Schwartz said in a tweet that was sent out in the year 2017. He is referring to XRP when he claims that it cannot be extremely inexpensive. That is not a logical explanation. It would cost them $1 million to acquire 1 million XRP, which they would require, save for the fact that the higher prices make it more affordable to pay for it. If the value of Bitcoin were merely $300, it would have a significant impact on the economy and would be prohibitively expensive to utilize. You can now use Bitcoin to purchase a house that costs $1 million. When all is said and done, higher prices result in smaller payouts. Now that's not all. One of the recordings that was taken without permission and will only be played on the CryptoGeek channel at this time. Digital assets such as XRP, according to David Schwartz, CEO of Ripple, have the potential to compete with the United States dollar for the position of the primary currency in the world. It's time to start the movie. I am in agreement, and I think that is also a possibility. It is likely that a great number of countries and regions all over the world have stopped utilizing the dollar as their primary currency. In my opinion, a good number of these locations are prepared to experiment with something new. And, one of the wildcard success scenarios that I have for a digital asset is that countries will begin to realize that the United States dollar will not always be the reserve currency and that other things will take its place. But I don't believe that this will take place anytime soon. In addition, we observed the same issue with banks. People would ask me why banks would purchase software from us when they could utilize software that was already developed by banks. These questions were directed against me. They were misinformed about the fact that some of the top 10 banks in the world include Deutsche Bank, HSBC, Credit Suisse, and JP Morgan Chase, among others. It is these banks that would construct a system that would be utilized by every single person on the planet. On the other hand, their most formidable adversaries are the 6,000 smaller banks that are not affiliated with the major banks. They have the greatest aversion to those particular things. Due to the fact that it would provide them an advantage over their most formidable competitors, they would not want to use the system that they had successfully developed and maintained. I am of the opinion that further nations might also experience the same thing. It would appear that every nation would be thrilled if its currency were to become the primary currency used around the FI world. That has been beneficial to the United States of America and has boosted the economy by leaps and bounds over the course of several decades. On the other hand, every other nation would respond by saying, yeah, we'd like the world to be the reserve currency of the world. However, the United States of America is the only country that has a chance of succeeding in this endeavor. The European Union, Russia, and possibly one or two more countries are also contenders. On the other hand, the majority of nations are aware that if there is going to be a new world reserve currency that is also a country's currency, it will not be their currency. As a result, it is possible that they woe. Will prefer a currency that is controlled by no one as opposed to one that is controlled by their most significant geopolitical competitors. In light of this, I believe that this is the most favorable circumstance for the prosperous sale of digital goods. When these nations declare, okay, the United States dollar can't last forever, but it's not going to be our currency, then it is quite unlikely that anyone will ever want to use the United States dollar one more time. As far as the European Union is concerned, no one else wants the EU to replace the dollar. Only Russia is interested in the ruble replacing the dollar as the world's primary currency. Only China is interested in the yuan replacing the dollar as the world's primary currency. So it is possible that they may be able to reach a consensus on a currency that no one will be able to control, as opposed to a currency that is managed by their most powerful geopolitical adversaries. If you are looking for a successful example, I believe that example is the most likely one. But how can you make sure that everyone is on the same page? Exactly, that is the most crucial one. It is possible that they would be in agreement with me if their geopolitical adversaries forced them to adopt a different currency rather than the dollar.